Hello. So a few days I got locked out of my own house. I did it to myself. It was freezing and raining and I was stuck there for a few hours and it was pretty interesting and traumatic, and I have to milk every remotely bad situation that happens to me for views, even though I'll get two, but shut up. So here is a story how I locked myself out of my own house because my brain is small. We have these doors that when you close them, you can't open them back up. Unless you have the keys, obviously. So you don't have to lock the door, it just locks itself. Which is convenient because I'm lazy, but is inconvenient because I'm stupid. Now, this happened a few times before. My mum locked us all out, but then this guy came and gave us a spare key. It was all cool. We were going somewhere anyway. We just went on in our car for a little journey, and then just when we came back, the guy was there with the key, like, it was freezing, it was raining because it's England, and my Dan and Phil package has arrived. Don't click off just because we are okay. Shh. No, it was the half term, so my sister was off with her friends doing some fun things. She didn't have the keys, so she never takes her keys, so I knew she didn't have them. And my mum was off at work a few hours away, and my dad was in Poland, and he still is because my granddad's dying. So I was home alone. So the package arrived, and I'm not going to open the door for the guy because A, I'm not allowed to, and B, that's not going to happen. I'm too anxious to ever do that. So I just let him, go put the package like somewhere in the garden and then leave. It was cold and freezing and raining, but I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go there for like 2 seconds, so it's fine. So I just put on these stupid, too small for me, wellies with flowers on them. Because it was raining and I wasn't gonna go out in socks. Thank Jesus I didn't do that. I went outside in the rain. I closed the door, obviously, because why would I think things through and not lock myself out for hours? Why? That's just stupid. Halfway through my journey to get in the package, I was like, oh shit, I think I locked the door. I'm gonna be here for a few hours, but it hasn't quite set in. I was like, oh, silly me. So I took the package in the rain and I went to my front door, and yes, it was in fact locked. So I was like, oh, well, okay. I just sat there like this. It was not worth it at all. I fully went outside for this. And I was just, like, to make myself, warmer. Didn't really do anything. I don't know science. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but... So I didn't have my phone on me. I had nothing on me except my Dan and Phil package. And I was considering taking out all the shirts I got and putting them on, but I don't wanna. And then I realized, we have a shed. The shed is broken, it has tons of holes in it. It smells terrible and it's in really bad condition, but I just went inside. So there I was in the shed, just huddled up in a little ball, shaking back and forth, starting to cry at this point because I had a few hours of hell left. And also, I had to be somewhere. I had to meet my mum at the station at 4 to go to the doctor's. And at that point, I really had no idea how that was going to happen because my mum, she was going to wait for me and I didn't even have my phone to call her. So I was just, I was worried. I was like, okay, I'm going to get into my house. I don't get how I'm going to get in. So I decided, hey, there's a few like spades in here. So I grabbed a spade. Went outside, it was so cold and I'm such a little bitch and I was like, ah! I went up to the biggest window, this like sliding door window thing in our living room, and I just started smacking, trying to break into my own house, and it was very loud. And then that didn't work, it just scratched the window, luckily, because my mom said that if that did work, I would be in big trouble and we would have to, basically it would be like as if our door was open for a few days until we got a new window and then someone could just break it. So that didn't work and I was cold, so I went back into my little shed. And I was getting really desperate. Now, I live next to the school. My dad's a schoolkeeper, so we live in the building and then the school's right here. So I was like, hey, maybe they have a spare key. I had this really, this big, that thing that they used to cover constructions with? It wasn't really a blanket, but I used it as a blanket. It was huge and it stank so bad, but I was cold and I didn't care at that point. I looked homeless with my little weird rug and I just climbed over the fence to get into the school area. And I was just standing in front of the front door for like half an hour being like, should I go in? I really don't want to. Like, what am I gonna do? Be like, hi, locked myself out. Give me the key. Like, did they even have the key? People were walking like around, up and down the street because people take walks, and they were looking at me like, Like, imagine a little girl just in the cold, wrapped around, just standing there in front of the school for like half an hour. Like, is she homeless? Is she trying to break it? Like, what's happening? There's cars in the driving lane, which means someone went in. See, my brain is really big and I realise normal things, but I don't realise that if I close my door I won't be able to go in. So I was standing in the lobby at this point, just thinking like, should I like call for reception? Like, and then this woman, probably to pick up her child or something, just came in and just walked through and stood next to me in the lobby thing area. And I was just standing there like, okay, this is great. Now she looked like one of those typical like British people, like with the weird eyebrows and the orange face. Hi, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. You know what, at least you don't lock yourself out of your own house. So she looked at me like, fair enough, same. I mean, I'd do that. And she was like, are you okay? And then she just walked in. I don't know if they have cameras in there, probably, because, you know, security reasons. It's a school, you know, nonsense could just walk in and fuck the kids. The lady, because the woman already came in, the lady probably was like, okay, someone's still there. I don't know if she could see me or there were sensors or what, but she was like, hello? And I was like, I just didn't say anything. I just was like, just let her talk. And she was like, hello, hello. And I was like, hi, through the speaker. And I'm like, and this is a weird situation. I look homeless. And she was like, are you okay? So I said, I live in the schoolkeeper's house and I locked myself out, and do you have like a key? And she was like, no, I don't think we do, honey, sweetheart. And I was like, okay. And she was like, we'll go send someone and see. And I was like, okay. And I just left. I went back into the shed. And then a few seconds later, I heard my sister that she arrived from her friend's house finally. Then I heard this woman talking to her. So I sprinted out of the shed in my stupid little rug and like a little homeless girl. And I was like, hi, it's me. I'm sorry for ruining your day. The woman was like, okay, so I'm going to go to the school safe to see if there's a spare key. But I left the key to the safe at home, so she had to go the way back home and then go there. And I was like, thank you, okay. So me and my sister, I just had to explain to my sister what happened. My sister called my mum. And then finally the woman came and she opened the door. And I was never so happy to be in the place that I hate. I hugged the walls, and that's why you don't lock yourself out. Don't click off yet, subscribe. Now you can click off yet. Okay, bye, don't lock yourself out. My mom keeps texting me. Okay, I should go read that.